covering the Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The 33rd Annual Coastal Cleanup, dubbed a success, students and volunteers throughout the island coming together this past weekend to tackle the growing threat of trash in our oceans. Megan Shepard has the report.
Beach and Williamstown Beach were just two of the locations targeted by the Ministry of Tourism throughout the island as students, teachers, and other concerned volunteers took on the task of removing trash from local beaches. Sustainable Tourism Senior Executive Jeffrey Pinder says that although numbers were a little low this year, the results were more on the positive side.
Garbage found along the coastline this year is significantly lower than it was last year. The final numbers are not in yet. But we know that Xanadu Beach was very filthy compared to this year. That is not the case right now.
Alpha Omega School turning out to do their part. Teacher Talmadge Ferguson Sr. and student Talmadge Ferguson Jr. say it was a great way to spend their Saturday morning making a difference.
We want to be out here because we want to be a part of bettering the community, keeping it clean. So just want to say that we are excited and we are glad to be a part of this.
We had an awesome day today. We pick up a bunch of materials we use for everyday use, and we had a wonderful encounter with and interact with other people in different schools.
Teacher at St. Paul's Methodist College, Jeanette Austin, said that the cleanup is a great way for students to gain hands-on experience of the topics they learn in the classroom. Student Abigail Davis adds that their group found a lot of interesting litter.
It helps them more when they get to see a first-hand experience of what we're talking about in school. When they see exactly what it is, it helps them a lot with their various subjects that they have to write. And they also earn community hours too, so that makes them even more excited to come and do it.
We had from my group, I had 3 bags of garbage, and most of it were plastics, and I don't think plastic is really good for the environment.
Guidance counselor at Tabernacle, Pastor Wayne Carey, is admonishing residents to be more mindful as they utilize the beaches throughout the island.
You have pampers, you have slippers, you have a lot of beer bottles. I mean, it's just there, so when you participate in it and see it, it's like, wow, it gives you a consciousness to see. It's like, hey, we're selling sand, beach, sun, and all the things of that nature would we sell as a tourism destination. We have to definitely take more initiative in terms of keeping our beaches clean.
Now all participants were treated to a fun day at the Gumbe Line skating rink following the cleanup exercise. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Hutchison Port's Freeport Container Port celebrating its 5th Go Green initiative. This time, mobile phones were the focus as participants recycled the items for the good of the environment. The company's 3 business units, Hutchison Port's Freeport Container Port, Freeport Harbor Company, and the Grand Bahama Airport Company, partnered with Gizmos and Gadgets, which served as a mobile phone recycling center to ensure success in the venture. The initiative served to remind those involved of the importance of recycling. It also highlighted the fact that mobile phones are also recyclable, something that many consumers seem to forget. And finally, in news this evening, Calvary Temple's 15 out of 50 celebrations kicking off tonight at the church on Clive Avenue. The festivities in honor of the church's 50th anniversary on Grand Bahama will feature a number of former pastors who will return to join in the celebration.
Lead Calvary Temple over the years, and most of the pastors that are still with us here in the Bahamas and still active in ministry are going to come back and share with us. Of course, on Monday night, we're going to have our Bishop Soby Camp, who pastored Calvary Temple for 14 years. We're also going to have on Tuesday our Bishop Jonathan Carey, who have a minister developed here in the church and have also pastored here at Calvary Temple for about a year and a half. And then also we're going to have our Bishop Cardinal McIntosh, who would have served as head deacon and interim minister here at Calvary Temple for a period of time. And then, of course, we're going to have one that we refer to as the father of this church, our Pastor Ernie DeLoach, who, of course, served Calvary Temple for 7 years and really is responsible for much of what we are today.
Well, a banquet will be held at the Grand Lucine Hotel in the ballroom this Saturday. Youth Pastor Bruce Russell says he's very excited about honoring the current leaders of the church on their 15th pastoral anniversary. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
W asks this question: can using weight loss products lead to eating disorders? Eating disorders often develop in the teen and young adult years, although they can develop at other ages. Symptoms vary depending on the type. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are the most common types. Today I will discuss anorexia, which is a potentially life-threatening eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight or shape. People with anorexia use extreme efforts to control their weight and shape, which often significantly interferes with their health and life activities. When you have anorexia, you excessively limit your calories or use other methods to lose weight, such as excessive exercise, using laxatives or diet aids, or vomiting after eating. If you're severely underweight or malnourished, hospitalization may be necessary, particularly if there are complications from the eating disorder that affect the major organs of the body, like your heart, liver, and brain. Long-term treatment involves therapy, medications, and other treatments that help to control obsessions and urges relating to food and that control depression and anxiety. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. A check on sports is up next with Ramiko Knowles.